Hi folks, today we're in Kemper land again, and I'll be demonstrating how you can use a treble booster with the Kemper. As I've got a gig coming up with my Queen tribute band, I'm going to use the red special, and on the Kemper I'm using a Michael Britt 65 Vox AC30 profile. The exact profile I'm using is the normal channel on full, which is pretty much what Brian May does use. And here's how it sounds without any effects on it. Now we're going to add some effects in the post section, which is pretty much what you would do if you had an effects loop on your amp. First, a vintage chorus effect. I'm using the CE1 emulation, which is in the Kemper. This is a very subtle one, barely noticeable. Next up, some modulated delay. For this example, I'm using the legacy delay, which is perfectly fine. And some whole reverb at the end. Now, as you all know, the big secret, apart from an AC30 and a red special, to get that sort of sound is a treble booster. And the one I've been using for quite a few years now is the Analogman Beano. This pedal is based on the old Dallas Rangemaster, which Brian May used early on in his career. One very important thing when using treble boosters or clean boosters before the main amp section on the Kemper is you have to use a loop, a mono loop. Otherwise, if you try hooking it up in front of the Kemper, you will overdrive the inputs and get digital distortion, and that sounds terrible. So essentially you need it after the input on the Kemper, but before the main amp portion. That way you can get it to react like a real amp would. So you hook it up going out from the direct output or a send, and then you go out from the treble booster into the return inputs on the back of the Kemper. And then your first slot in the preamp section on the Kemper has to be a mono loop. Once you've found that, it's very easy, just turn it on and set the mix to 100%. And this is also the way I would hook up normal drive pedals if I needed that. But generally, I found that the profiles and built-in drive effects are more than good enough. And here's what that sounds like. As you can hear, this pedal is extremely noisy. And this is typical of a lot of germanium treble boosters. So what I've done is add 2 noise gates. First one is a 4-to-1 noise gate, and I just turn up the threshold until most of the noise from the pedal is gone. And I then add a second noise gate, which is a 2-to-1 noise gate, and do the same thing there until it's pretty much quiet when I'm not playing. There is a bit of noise coming through while I'm playing, but in a full band mix you don't really notice that through a PA. The built-in treble booster in the Kemper is quite okay actually, and a bit more silent, but I do find that the real treble booster is more comfortable to play with, and also it's a lot more easy to adjust on the fly when needed. Hope you found that helpful. Leave comments and questions if you have them. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back with some more videos very soon.